You hear James Gunn in the news quite a bit. He's basically wrapped up his time with Marvel and is about to take over the DCEU and its creative lineup, seemingly after they get whatever Aquaman and the Last Kingdom is out of their system. But in ScaryMania 4, I wanted to take a look at the movie that he wrote and directed just after he wrote the screenplay for Zack Snyder's remake of Dawn of the Dead, which is definitely a ScaryMania video in the future. Slither is sort of an homage to the B horror movies that Gunn grew up loving. Starred Michael Rooker, Elizabeth Banks, and Nathan Fillion, and it tells the story of an alien parasite that crash lands on Earth in a meteorite, basically taking the form of a slug and taking over people's bodies and turning them into zombies. So, like, Invasion of the Body Snatchers meets the symbiote aspect of Spider-Man 3. What this movie is, James Gunn more than certainly accomplished his goal of paying homage to these early 80s cheesy creature features. But there were some people who actually called him out and said that this feels like a ripoff, when he later said in response to these claims in an interview with Bloody Disgusting in 2009 that, yeah, that was the point of him making the movie. I mean, you look at it and you go, yeah, he clearly loves him some stuff that Mystery Science Theater 3000 would poke fun at, but he just made it a little more refined. And in defense of Gunn, he pulled from more than one influence when writing Slither. He basically paid homage to the Satan-worshipping neighbors from Rosemary's Baby. You got the sheriff named Jack McCready, named after not one, but two Kurt Russell characters. And in terms of the monster of the movie, he pulled from the Junji Ito manga Uzumaki. So when people say that this movie feels like a ripoff, I mean, he being James Gunn straight up said, yeah, that was the point. And he just pulled from stuff he knew. So I don't get why this is a problem. Like I said, for what Gunn was trying to accomplish, he more than accomplished it. James Gunn's fingerprints are all over this one, from his humor to his general tone. There's a lot of gross stuff in this movie. Some of it is CGI, sure, but it looks like a lot of it is practical, and I have nothing but respect for that. There is a couple of scenes where I was just like, yeah, you couldn't pay me to go near that, no dollar amount. I swear, James Gunn and Michael Rooker are like the bizarro Leonardo DiCaprio and Martin Scorsese. They're always together in things, but when they do come together, they create magic. See the Guardians movies if you want proof of that. But Michael Rooker is the best part of the movie by a lot. Not only does he kind of look like Walter White from Breaking Bad, but he more than understood the assignment of being the very over-the-top villain of the movie, and he crushed it. It's always nice to see Nathan Fillion in anything, and he more than lives up to his role as the sheriff. And overall, the movie just felt fun. It felt like a movie that wasn't trying to take itself too seriously, and it was just trying to be just a turn your brain off B movie. And it was a very well made turn your brain off B movie, but a turn your brain off B movie all the same. I feel like there is a place for that in horror. So Slither is a more than hearty recommendation.